suited with young customers.
He was very versatile. He was going to one thing, Friday into the boxer and that kind of stuff. But he was a lot of fun, and he kept in mind that really loved his friends. That's the only shoe.
Say again?
The thing.
That was
You don't have if you don't want them?
yeah, that
You don't have if you don't want them? No.
Oh, okay.
You don't want yourself? Yes.
Start with them on the very low.
The low?
No need to go and stay.
Better? No, she kind of cute. Look professionally, right for radio.
Somebody stole my hands. So I got headphones, but the hands gone. Probably in fireworks.
Now you want right now. We blazing and take it there.
Start with each other, then go to the beat.
Yeah. I'm all in there. Yeah, all that.
Well, I have all of you ready. I've got all of you here.
We let go?
We are live.
NTI.org.bb. NTI.org.bb. When it's talk about how much wanna love me every week, if wanna really love me, when we're gonna do a one course for me, no. No. Santa Ria. Big everybody in Santa Ria over there walking up to some Belgian music that we're talking about. Santorini? Santorini, sorry. When are gonna buy get that wrong? Santorini. That is all though, right? If you need to walk, it's a stink. Where hell we saw?
Come tight to people.
Scott for you?
Yeah.
You hear that now? Bless it, let's move this and maybe come back on. That's funny, you go ahead.
Africa. From the days of slavery, when you took me from my daddy, snatched me from my mommy, crossed the Atlantic Sea. So whenever I hear the drums, that's so embedded in me. I just have to walk up my ways because Africa is me. Africa, Africa. When it comes to me, tell me what the message is. I have to walk up my ways. Africa, Africa. When it comes to me, tell me what the message is. I have to walk up my ways. Yes. Africa. Many Caribbean people, don't make the wine a disgrace. Don't make the thing look so vulgar. When you move and walk up your waist, move your hips in slow motion. Move it, no using pace. Move it for all to see. Because Africa is me. Africa, Africa. When it comes to me, tell me what the message is. I have to walk up my waist. Africa, Africa. When it comes to me, tell me what the message is. I have to walk up my waist. Yes.
I'm getting rocking in here.
Africa.
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 Lord, man.
Land of the ancestors. Africa. Africa. I love
Mother Africa. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Sluggy, where you
Hey, hey. I want you to know right there. You can't get rid of it though.
You can't?
I want your phones on there. It's down hard. But it's in the box in the time.
It's true. Africa, you for sure. This one coming out from Lady Virtue, something called Africa and Me, selected by Sluggy Danny. Man, I said, make sure you got that tune, Scott. We got to play it at the top.
Yeah.
You understand what it is? A nice one, yeah?
They talking about they ain't got the soul come out this year, so ain't Darcy that for picking the crop. Right out the gate, you know what I mean? They love that one. The African rhythm down there, you can hear the djembe bass down there, you can hear the kettle drum down there, you can hear all the percussion, you know, again with that polyrhythmic vibe and more than one rhythm going on at the same time.
Not the big words, like, not the big words.
I mean, BCC, man, music program, you know what I mean? Big up me. That's what talking about, man, about Lady Virtue, the good tune, you know what I mean? They like good music, they love good music, so big up you for bringing something nice to the public, you know what I mean?
Something very different, too.
Yeah, I like the rhythm.
For sure.
I like the rhythm. 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 D-O-N-N-E. 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 That's what she laughing at.
You're bad, boy.
NTI.
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 I.
It free.
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 It free.
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 It free.
Say free.
Free.
Somebody say free.
F-R and 2 easy. Free.
Free.
It free. It free. It free. Bye.
Sluggy, stop it, man. This is the second tune we dropped that we ain't dropped.
And the person right, you know what I mean? Because these two that want to get free. I mean, ain't you know what I mean? One of Barbados, you know?
Yeah, we dropped two big ones
Yeah,
already.
one of them give me a Scott a quart, nothing so. See that free plug for quart? No cheese on bread. We done.
Yes.
We done.
Let's cut it out.
NTI.org.bb. NTI.org.bb. Over 5,000 courses free, and you know it's a lot of time. There's no place in this world for food. You know what I mean? And kill get vexed. Get vexed if anybody offended. I mean to offend one of There's no place in this world for food. I ain't telling them to go and get a degree. I ain't telling them to go be scholars. I ain't saying go pass for her son. But I am saying that you should do something to improve your life
Better
for
yourself,
you.
yes.
You know what I mean? Not for nobody, not for the paper, for nobody see, for you and you only. You know what I mean? And big all the people in Greece, Scott calling there right for me.
Santorini.
Yes, big everybody in Santorini. Listen, the NTI is live right now in Santorini, Greece. Wanna hear that? Listen, Scott, we have an interesting guest today,
Yes, we do.
and they got some questions straight back. Cause here we talking about water conservation, all the kind of things, and all the kind of things.
And this big thing is supposed to happen real soon, too.
You know, and they hear that they got, and you know, everybody's saying that they got water scarce problem in the world and all kind of things. But every day, it's good places every day where water is flow free. Free, like.
Even when you're driving on the road, sometimes you see it gushing.
And
It's just a fountain.
you know what I mean? I tell everybody like, I old, you know what I mean? Only song you on point radio, but I old. So all of my life, that had places in the snitch. But all of my life, that had many places in Barbados, and all we know that all we go and learn, Harry, Sacrament, sing praises to, you know what I mean? They got places where we're good. All of the Caribbean too, in Barbados too, where there's always free, fresh water
Yeah.
flowing at all times. So it in my mind, Scott, how come we got places in Barbados with free water flowing at all times? You don't got to pay nothing for it. It's just free for everybody to use. And then people is camping right on all the water in Barbados.
Scarcity.
And one of them saying so it is be at the place where they got free water.
And you there listening to radio and wondering what they're really talking about.
So you need these things explained.
Questions that need answers.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So Scott, can you do due diligence? I wonder, we can't read all for this. She's so qualified, so young. She look like 17.
She does look very young.
I want to see everyone born in Greece, make sure she feels a little bit. And if you want to listen, you can go up on the NTI on IG. We live on IG and Facebook too.
And YouTube.
And YouTube.
All three.
Yeah. When I got Scott Leroy and Sluggy on YouTube.
Correct.
When I know when to do it, this legal. Because these young ball ain't ready yet. It's soccer time, it's crop over time, it's crop over time. You know what I mean? Watch it here.
Using your image for free, Sluggy.
Yeah, we walking up bad. And they got use my walk ups for free. When I can use my image, they ugly. But my walk ups ain't free.
Alright. Alright, so today's guest is Ria Harrison. She is a practicing environmental manager
Yes.
and aspiring consultant with graduate qualifications, specializing in water resources management and sustainable facilities management. She's an avid learner as well, with a curious mind, and aims to use her knowledge for the overall sustainability of global socio-environmental development. Her qualifications include a Bachelor of Science in Environmental and Natural Resources Management. She also has a graduate diploma in biodiversity conservation and sustainable development in the Caribbean with distinction, by the way, a Master of Science in Water Resources Management, and a practical graduate certificate in Advanced Water Systems Operation and Management with honors again, by the way. Ria also completed several independent courses in project management, logistics, and supply chain management and negotiations through the National Transformation Initiatives Partnership programs with Coursera, and it goes on. So you weren't kidding when you said it's a long bio.
Okay.
She's well accomplished and well qualified, I'm telling you.
Going to see the videos. Listen, Scott, she is, and Mamula, good evening first thing first, good manners, good evening. Welcome to Hot 95.3.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is your first time?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Good. Yeah, we're talking about, you know what I mean, keep you on your toes. just kidding. Listen, you look like 18 years old. How old are you, may I ask? You know, you normally ask me these things, but you look like 18 in
I
real
am
life.
30 years old.
What?
I
In which
just told
life?
the entire market that's my age, and apparently people in Santorini, Greece.
Yes, not Italy, Greece.
But you feel when you tell you you feel it. Well,
It
that
feels
mean
old sometimes.
that mean you don't know who old Scott Rock is.
So he
Okay.
skip past that part.
Right, we ain't saying it, but just know that you are extremely young compared to us.
Very.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Very.
At least a decade. Let me be real. You know,
Really?
you guys good looking,
Naturally.
Yeah, two good looking black men from
Naturally.
Barbados, but we old.
Black don't
Right.
crack.
No, so where you had the time to be so focused, so young, because you don't know get these qualifications today. They had it before. What made you get so focused on what these particular areas of study?
So I would have spent the majority of my 20s actually studying about 7 to 8 years. And this would have started from Commonwealth School, where I found my passion for environmental science.
Nice.
So from there, I pursued these studies, and I always knew that I wanted to be well educated, well informed, have a comprehensive understanding of the environment, because it's a very broad topic. And persons don't understand. There are a lot of niche areas in environmental management, and I just wanted to be well informed, and I want that when I speak on it, that I'm confident and well capable of speaking on the topic of environmental management. So
nice. Elena, what made you become so aware of your environment and decided, well, besides it being a subject you like in school, what made you so very noble I got putting a little extra for the environment? Because wanting to be able to speak it well is already got qualification and sign of work doing because you can get paid good. You know what I mean, Scott? But they want to be able to articulate it. Like me, like I feel like I could always sing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just feel so. But then for me to be able to come and explain to people, you know what I mean, and how to sing and breathing techniques and explain what intonation is and how you transition from one note to the next. For me to want to do that, I had to really love it.
Yeah.
Because I could just go and sing and be good.
It's true.
I met money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what made you so interested in these details?
Well, to be honest, from young, I always used to ask a lot of questions about the environment. Well, at least this is what my mother told me. And then having learned about it in school and learning about the practices that we implement, as humans in our daily lives, and seeing how damaging it could be to the environment, that kind of really piqued my curiosity for this field. And then having learned even more and being involved in volunteerism as well, because I did used to volunteer with the Caribbean Youth Environment Network as well.
Nice.
I was a public relations officer there. So being on the ground and seeing how we were negatively impacting the environment, I felt like something needed to be done. And then learning about specifically the water situation that we have going on here in Barbados. Unfortunately, it's exacerbated over the years. But learning about that, I really felt like I had to contribute. I had to do something. I had to pay it forward to my country, especially after everything that is provided for me, all the free education and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
It feels like it's only the last few years that we started to hear about the quote unquote water situation.
It feels so.
Yeah. How long has this been the thing?
That's a good question,
I
Scott.
would say probably the last 2 to 3 decades, really.
I swear you were gonna say the last 2 to 3 years.
Listen to a tree right
Decades.
here. Listening for 2 or 3 years.
Me too.
Maybe with a 20 piece or 30 pound.
What?
No, it's really no being
To be
brought to
forefront.
the it's no being brought
So
to
it's
the
becoming
forefront.
real serious now.
Yeah.
So then we want to already the issue is water scarcity or management. Because you know
You're getting
this.
sticky now.
Because no, it just being real it's going to get free water.
It's a little bit of both, actually.
So tell me how it scares when they see it all the time free.
So because this is the thing people don't understand, because you see rainfall, it doesn't mean that we're actually catching the amount that we need to support our population and our development, right? And not all of the water that falls to the earth is caught within our aquifers, because as most people know, we don't have surface water here in Barbados, we have groundwater, right? So all of that doesn't percolate into our aquifers. A lot of it runs off into the sea.
Why you let right in the sea?
Well,
That
no, it comes to the management.
Okay, cool.
I love the deep breaths.
But you can get me in trouble.
No. What's going on? The management part is not your responsibility, and
It's not, but I would like to contribute to it.
We would love you to contribute to it, but what I'm saying, Scotland, we will never hold you accountable for that. You know what I mean? That's being real. You know what I mean? If the way people come on here that should ask you questions for sure. Yeah. But no,
but the public is still somewhat responsible for the management, at least the consumption of it. Right?
Educate Scotland.
Everybody has a part to play. So yes, the government would have a role in the management of water resources, implementing policy, providing the infrastructure, the administrative resources to provide water services. But we, the consumers, still have a responsibility to use it wisely. Which is why they have all of these educational campaigns as well, because we want persons to understand that it is somewhat limited, and also a lot of resources going into providing water services for persons. So, we need the public to understand that, this is expensive, this is time consuming, we need you guys to use it wisely, use it sparingly, right? Only use what is needed, don't waste water.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna let you right. When you mentioned last 2 to 3 decades, right? And Scott being surprised equally, so am I, right? It just further cements in my mind that how easy bad habits is to get in, but how hard bad habits is to get out. All that mean, I talking about me, and I'm talking about the body, I talking about sluggy. It just mean that I had bad habits, wasting water.
Wasting enough water.
And I was not aware for at least 20 years. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I mean myself. So I get wondering now if it's me coming to that realization. You know what I mean? And it's so long that I was being scarce. But I didn't really tap into it.
Yeah.
It sounds like all of us are guilty.
So that we wondering how dire situation is when it comes to us and water use.
It is really
how much we really miss it. Thousands of
I would throw a statistic out here and say that from about 1950, 1960, probably till about now, we're only really harvesting about 13 to 16% of the water, the rainwater that falls on this country.
13 to 16%.
Yeah, and supplying, obviously a population that,
Actually, speaking of percentages, I heard the Honorable Prime Minister quote some percentages a couple of days ago on the news in relation to rainfall over the last 30 years and how we were down a certain percent compared to 30 years ago. Yeah. So now you telling me this is like, wow.
Scott, do to me, I think it's really to Chico. What do there to me, my brain mess up. Compound the problem for me. Because when speak about how much less rain we getting, you are speaking about how much water we barely catching any. I know we got less water to catch from. Wow, which we were already catching too little.
So it's
not even just about less water per se, but also the pattern that we're getting this rainfall in. So like before, we had a clear distinction between the dry season and the wet season, but with climate change playing a role there now, we have longer dry seasons, more dry spells, and then we have a ton of rain coming in a short period of time, right? So this is where now our management has to look to increase our catchment capacity of this rainfall water. So we have to switch up the techniques a little bit and adjust to these new patterns, right? And adjust how much water we're actually catching to make sure that we have sufficient to supply the population.
How much water we're using to and how we use it, no? How much water we're using to and how we use water.
Yeah, how much water we're using and how we use it. And what really classifies us as water scarce too is when you look at the global standards, I believe we're supposed to be using about 323 cubic meters of water per person. Per year. But Barbados, we use about a little under 300 per person per year. So yeah, by definition, we're water scarce. Yeah, because we don't have access to the amount that an average person should have access to.
Okay.
So yes.
So you see behind there thinking deeply.
No, because this year, water really important, you know what I mean? And this sound like it could affect other sectors. Because it be catching too little water already. So we already ain't doing what we supposed to. We already in up to capacity, you know what I mean? And then they got industries and sectors that's rely heavily on water. Like you can think about construction and agriculture.
For sure. Yeah.
Tourism even.
Yeah, tourism.
One of the main users of water in Barbados, by the way.
Tourism?
Yes.
For real?
Yes.
How so?
Hotels?
Tourism, hoteliers,
And
tourism
sport?
sector, they use
Never
almost
studied that.
3 times the amount of water as the average domestic household.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that means, to be honest, I was thinking about feeding people, you know what I mean? And then I was thinking about building houses, but no, you know,
Linens have to
pools,
wash as
everything
well.
got washed.
no, yes, I know
water
if people
coolers.
like
Kitchens got a brand.
Yeah.
Ware's
So when
gotta
you
be clean.
consider the amount of users of water and the types of users, because there's tourism, there's domestic, there's agriculture, there's manufacturing, construction, all these require different types of water qualities, volumes of water. So we have, if we really want to develop as a nation, we have to have water readily available to provide all of these services. And imagine with a growing population too,
So what's the solution? Desalination, catching more water.
I get thinking about the South not on my head, but I hear saying last time they hear some cruel figures, some millions.
Yeah.
It costs a lot to invest in desalination.
Because
yes.
what does it cost a lot, and what exactly is it?
Well, the infrastructure, first and foremost, because if you're looking to remove salts from water and other particulates as well, you need fine membranes, membrane technology, right? And there are other levels to it as well, to the treatment of the water. So those systems are very expensive, and then the continuous operation, and they're also very energy intensive.
Probably expensive to maintain because it's something that is run 24 hours, and you got on and turn off.
24. Wait, you want water constant or no?
Yeah, but if you got enough, if you catch enough, or you got continuously filter.
Continuously filter.
But you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And we will need more than one.
Well, right now
But how good is that, right? If enough countries start adopting that policy, would that be bad for the environment too? If we start taking enough water from the sea?
I don't think it's bad because don't forget water is in a hydrological cycle, so it always returns. So technically it doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
Right? But the issue would be in terms of the energy consumption. So the source of energy that we use, because if we're gonna still be using electric energy, well, that has a problem, right? Fossil fuel source energy. But if we use renewable source energy, then we should be fine.
So the answer is get desal plants and use renewable energy.
But that's the thing. That's not the answer only,
Is
right?
there
You gotta
an
look at
answer for real
you
though?
have to look at the entire system
Let me
of
go.
water service provision, right? So you
Right.
have to look at your institutional capacity, management, administration. You have to look at your technical capacity, the infrastructure. You have to look at the consumption side, so even the users as well. So that's where you have the education and awareness programs. It's a full cycle thing, right? And unfortunately, we have holes in the entire cycle.
We got a lot of work
We
to
got a
do.
lot of work to do. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
Is it a
We
lot?
have to.
Is it a lot of work or is it a lot of time?
That too. is
Because
a lot of
it's so like you got it figured out.
I ain't got it fully figured out. But to be honest, the hardest part of
It don't
the
be modest. You don't think you
solution,
got it figured out? I want to tell
I
you
got
the
some
truth.
ideas.
That you think could work.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
how much more you think this could save us, and what could it save us from? Because when you mention about the energy consumption, right? And it's not like we ready right now for renewable energy. You know what I mean? Especially for the desal plant.
Why do you think we're not ready?
How?
Why do you think we're not
So
ready?
we ready to provide
We're
renewable
in the
energy?
process of transitioning. Yeah.
We're not hold on processing it yet. Cause they want war, no.
Well, it depends, cause you know you still have it.
They want they want everything to the style plant get that about 8 months to build.
8 months? You being real generous, like. You might realize.
To be honest, it's a long process.
It made you optimistic.
Very.
Yeah, you have other processes to consider. You gotta look at financing too as well. You gotta look at getting different sectors and stakeholders on board.
We got the money.
Where are you getting money from?
Because when things happen, we find the money. It's happen know that we think real important and we can find the money.
Make it happen.
Like I owe
There are a lot of funding.
I owe love and
You've been around slightly.
Yeah, I tell you, if something happens that really important, we will find the money. I just want to know how important it is, and I picture my case to the government. You know, I ain't want a job on it. You know what I mean? I love my job to all, but I pitching to the government on Barbara's behalf on the ideas you have.
And I'm with you.
How urgent, and I want the truth. I want the truth. You know what I mean? The art, the gig, and the laugh.
These are solutions that should have been implemented 50 years ago.
You understand what you're asking?
5-0.
And they don't think
people say this should have been done yesterday.
Yeah.
This should have been done yesterday.
You know, you understand what you're asking, Scott? Because sometimes what's happened, and it happened to me too. So I'm not calling nobody, but I have many times where I got things to deal with, right, sis? And things like, alright, even what Ben got talent and Danny Cole and them, Danny Cole, I hand J Archie and them, but I bring them up and here with Scott many times. Many times we go call Scott or choose the for Wednesday. You know what I mean? And it's saying important. Scott all the products like got you tomorrow. But suppose Scott has something to do and then we'll have pushed back another week. And then NCF already done sponsor. So like, it already got the money there and then that makes people that ready to get paid with another week more. And that just stands for myself and a small business. So imagine saying something important that God do know. Because you know things could creep up on your Scott. And she's saying 50 years, that's one that's a real slow creep, but
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? Like,
we only know really looking to increase capacity now that we see how bad the situation is. But it's something that should have been worked on a long time ago.
increasing capacity. If we to really focus on it and it's important to us and government who are listening, my peeps, if it's important to us right now, man. How, because we already behind, so every day we take, Scott, every month we take, every year we take, saying that they can attack this and we don't do it. You know what I mean? Give me another month.
Just get worse.
You know what I mean? You understand me? So how long would it take us to increase our catchment capacity? Because it's only that simple.
It is not. That's why I'm gonna say that's a very tough question to put a timeline on, because you have to look at the financial resources that are available. I mean, yes, there are grants out there, there's funding that we
But
could
still,
go
you can't
after.
just stack up millions and just owe your pocket. You know,
Exactly.
it's still got, if it being,
You
and it
gotta
was
look
being
at
silly.
policy implementation, all of that too.
And everybody know it was being silly. It was being silly. You know, it was being stupid. Because it's only obvious peeps, right? That when you're doing things like this, you gotta go through a process. You can't just say that it costs 15 million, just get it because it did. You know what I mean? If money and finances don't work like that.
And research and development too. And then you gotta look at the public behavioral change. And that's the hardest part. Cause it's easy to get money and build infrastructure, you know, that's the easiest part. But behavioral change, trying to I gotta get you to change your ways. You know, I gotta get people in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. And you know how hard it is to get people to change the ways.
You calling us old?
Sorry,
oh
guys.
my gosh, but continue.
Drake.
Listen, I call in a cat a cat.
Then we don't mind that we all.
Yeah, we are. Continue.
We all. You're right.
But yeah, trying to get persons to change the ways, and we know how pages could be when they're ready.
That one.
It's very difficult.
Behavioral change.
I agree. That's the
just imagine like a smoker telling you to start smoking. You know what I mean? Like, you know smoking can kill you. Smoking will kill you. Your uncle died of cancer.
And it's on the box.
And it's on the box. And you can't.
Big and bold.
And you can't stop. And that is behavior. You know what I mean? Like, and so you see these habits like washing the car. You know, man. Hey, let's wash it quick so you can use the hose. Let me ain't want to take my time for
Brushing your teeth and leaving the pipe running while you're going.
Because you
It's not just a little bit of water, but
You know
if
what I mean?
everybody, if 280 people saying, but that's just a little bit of
That's a
water.
lot of
You know
water.
how much water?
behavior. What imagine these little things, right? These little things so practical and so right. A lot of people are listening don't tell themselves, "Chia," because that's me this morning. You know what I mean? People telling themselves, "So that me this morning, boy." You know, you on the phone with your mother and brushing teeth. Yeah, mom. You again ready? You know what I mean? You turn off, I put you on the
Same with the
order.
shower.
Or you get up and realize you my NTA shirt ain't washed. I
Yeah.
turn on one shirt, ain't
One
washing
shirt.
Got to.
One shirt.
You know what I mean? Like you ready, you got to, and like you know, say singing in the shower, or this or this water course. Let me get a little 2 minutes.
Yeah, let me like warm up.
And you know what's one of the biggest water consumers in the house? The toilet.
Yeah.
Flush
The
it.
toilet and the washing machine. And imagine if you got a household of 4 people
Mhm.
using the toilet in the morning before they leave home and in the evening.
Yeah, and the hose in there, they too. The hose in there is crazy. The hose in there
So
is
the
every
toilet,
hose in there. You didn't be flooded.
The laundry machine. You got
So
if
you
the
saying that-
kettle,
so
your
remember
cooking,
pass-
your bed, everything.
So should we flush the toilet everything in fast water?
You should, but no. To be water conservative, I would say get a low flush toilet.
There
is a way around
the 2
it.
buttons, right?
Yeah.
Where you can have the little
Yeah.
flush or a full.
And it uses air suction
Ah.
versus as
Nice.
much
Less
water.
water.
Like traditional toilets
Oh.
would use 3 times the amount of water as a low flush toilet.
So you're saying even the little old ladies watering their plants every evening are contributing to the
Not
problem?
necessary.
Mm.
You don't need to water plants every evening.
You listen to me,
Rain,
right?
the
Mommy,
snow.
we live in Mother Hill, Lockton, no big everybody in Black Rock, Lockton, everybody in Rosemont and Deacons, Lockton, big everybody from RSG. Listen to me, the people here crazy when you say so. Listen, right? Old people, right? Love the plants.
Bad.
And see my mother? My mother says she likes the plants, mommy. Like none can't eat, not a cucumber, not a lettuce, Scott, like, you know, like bare hibiscus and Joseph coat and roses and all these kind of things. And you telling these people that every day don't give their babies a little sprinkle?
Yeah, so in a case like that, we would even advise using drought-tolerant plants. So like crotons. Crotons are very beautiful. You can plant
what
crotons.
solution
You could plant palm trees, things
Yes.
that don't require as
A lot
much
of
water.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
You see, no, there's all solutions. So if you love plants, there are plants that use
Yeah.
less water. So
Some
that's
people just ring at the face when she talk about crotons. Croton?
that's a gift, Scott. You play for me, yo. But man, they got a good plants and lilies that
Yes.
don't carry much water,
That's
and
true.
if when they keep them long enough, when they can like them, so
Yes.
don't knock it. You just reject
Think
it
about the
because
planet instead.
yeah.
Think about if you want water tomorrow.
Think
You
about
want
our
a plant
survival.
Or you want water.
Uh-huh.
So these the question they're gonna ask.
Mm-hmm.
Right, jeez, I'm ready for a
Yeah,
six.
we got 2 minutes left.
Here's the question they gotta ask you,
Oh boy.
and they want your professional opinion, truthfully, not personal, professional. If we do not heed and hear what you are cautioning us from, if we get serious, Scott, Lord music, you know, if we get real serious, Scott, you know, you say Scott, you call Scott, and you want people today, and being fretting, that's mean that we gotta take things more serious. Scott, the question I want to know. If we do not hear what she's saying, if we do not take her advice, if we do not heed to her caution, in the next 10 or 20 years, what will happen to Barbados? And this is not I don't want your personal opinion. I want your professional opinion. If we do not hear what will happen to us in the next 20 years, I'll be angry with that.
If we do not heed warning and take our water resource management seriously, it will be a struggle for this country to develop. As you correctly mentioned earlier, water use impacts all of the sectors in Barbados. So all they talk about agriculture, tourism, and even basic human survival, you know, you could almost say there wouldn't be a future. Water is a basic necessity, a basic right. It's something that you require for survival, human survival, plant survival, animal survival. I mean, I wouldn't even want to think about the situation if we don't have access
So
to
you're
water.
saying that in that 10, 20 years, if we don't take heed now,
I would say 10, 20 years.
Longer?
But give it a little bit
Oh,
more
so you
time.
tell me no like for real estate car you be there now?
No. So
Sluggy.
you want your children to not have water?
But
You
my
want your
children-
grandchildren to
My
not have
children, in the
water?
next 4 years, my children gonna be old. I old, you know, man. Like, my children like 15. So in 4 years, my children be 55.
So when they're on the verge of retirement, you don't
When they're
want them to have
supposed to
access
start
to
enjoying
water.
life, Sluggy. You gotta think about the next generation and the generation after that generation.
Exactly. That's the whole point about sustainability and sustainable development. Is not just about us, even though we are going to feel the impact. We are feeling the impact. Some parishes don't even have
Sustainable
water.
development.
But we also have to think about our children and our grandchildren. We want them to have access to the same resources that we had. We want them to have access to the same comfortable lives that we have now.
Yes, I know. Like on a serious note, Scott, and I want you to mention that, especially when it comes to sustainable development, and you're all gonna be hearing lots more that just. I guess I could mention this. You know, just take on another challenge of being a champion for sustainable development. You know what I mean? And it's like 17 different points that I'll be speaking about. I didn't want bigger people for the opportunity. You know what I mean?
You doing it here on Hot, right?
Of course.
Alright, good.
Of course, you know what I mean? Like 17 different things, but so we be
We made the
having
17 sustainable development goals.
yes, we speak about them.
They got
Yes.
the goals.
Yes, you know all 17 of you, you could rattle off all 17 of you,
Oh my gosh.
You understand what I mentioned there? Huh? You could rattle off
I
all 17?
know quite a few.
You know 5?
Yeah.
You know more than 5. Give us.
I
You listening.
see me, you
So
see,
there's
well, you see it's me, I'm making it easy. You see, he's just someone for give me 6.
She said quite a few. Quite
You
a
So
see,
few.
first I'm gonna say goal number 6, which is clean water.
Good, clean
And then
water.
there is zero hunger,
Yes,
zero poverty,
equality,
I believe, gender equality and access to education,
gender equality, access to education.
sustainable communities and
Showing off,
infrastructure.
Showing
There's
off.
life above
Life
land,
above,
life below
land.
water. There is partnership for the goals,
Life
which
below
arguably to me is the most important goal.
Is
Partnership for the goals. Like people call their sectorial goals, but I
Yeah.
like to say partnership because at the end of the day, the environment is transboundary. Water is transboundary. So we need to all work together. I mean, we share the planet, we're interdependent. So we need to work together for the goals. It don't make sense my country trying to work on sustainable development and yours over there polluting. You know,
that we're talking
there
about.
it is move.
That
There it
we-
is move.
That we're talking about. That we're talking about, and you're gonna be hearing a lot more about it. You know, Uncle Sluggy bring all the info, and of course, you know, it always refer to the experts at all times. And mom, we call me mom all the time. Sorry, it's making sound always.
Well, like old, you know.
She's 30. She's old.
Oh gosh, no.
Scott, let Barbados know we were speaking to today and a little bit about her before we go ahead. She's so awesome. I think she did a great job, and she said she's nervous. I won't want to hear you if you're not nervous.
Yeah.
Very articulate, explain yourself very well.
Thank you.
And you educated the entire nation today on the Nation #1 stage. And just want to tell you, on behalf of
I hope
everybody, I truly appreciate it. I didn't know what today was about. You know, but biggest to the NTI for sending what it was about. And I don't know if it's divine intervention, but you got a call last night, you know, to come on board for this.
And then she came here today.
Separately, you know what I mean?
Whoa.
So I gotta thank you in a special way. That could only be God, you know what I mean?
I
That's
like
being
that.
real talk.
We were talking to Ria Harrison. She's
Yes.
a practicing environmental manager and
Yes.
aspiring consultant, highly and heavily qualified. And I feel she's ready to go another hour, but unfortunately, all the time. She got really comfortable in the last few minutes for real.
I did.
Yeah.
And then what? Don't forget before we go long, NTA got over how much courses free, Scott?
5,000, 500, how many, Sluggy?
Over 5,000?
Mm.
Over 5,000 courses free. Over 5,000 courses free. And I want to tell everyone, tune in, log on, nti.org.bb, nti.org.bb. You got over 5,000 free courses. The course today was Global Environmental Management. And this is free. And
I need to go into this course.
when the show started a little $5 for this year on answer?
Not even $2.
Free.
Sluggy. You don't even have to pay for
Listen,
data.
this course gives
Free.
you an opportunity to learn about global trends that influence our environment and living conditions, and how different systems and approaches are used around the world to manage the environment. This includes current environmental technologies built for sustainable soil management, groundwater protection, and integrated water resources management.
That sounds good.
intermediate level, you know, technical university of Denmark, approximately 10 hours to complete. One of the top reviews, I just read out one, I very like this course, and as I had to review other peers, I learn about other countries, situations without traveling. I really recommend that others join this course. It is
worth it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So big ups the NTI, this one, big
I
up.
want to do a quick plug too for the NTA.
Go ahead.
I've done about 14 courses with NTA.
Man,
Is a recommend. I
feedback.
recommend.
Man, you can't, man.
It's really opened up opportunities. It's really opened up opportunities.
I'm struggling to get through my second. Well, not struggling, but I have not finished my second one. You're talking about 14. The young gentleman we had here a few weeks ago. How many did he do? 12. 12. Jeez, oh my.
Like, you want to do 14.
Yeah, when you get into it, and then when you start to see the benefits of it, yeah, you keep
it's
going,
really
you keep
awesome
going.
though, and it's right there at your fingertips, and it's
Exactly.
free. Sluggy, big up yourself.
Listen to me, big ups everyone, I already know everyone. Big ups to Tyrell Jills, big up everyone, the whole entire prison lockdown. You know, you gotta get us some love and do some work there the entire week. Big up everyone that trying to stay positive. I forget when we got some things that we working on in prison. Again, make sure you plug on it all the time. Keep up the good work and keep positive. And as long as it's positive, when it could cause like your name up when it's positive, don't call my name.
Wrap it out. Alright. Thank you so much to the NTI. Keep it locked to Hot 95.
To equip every vision.
Take a look at it.
I could get the
That's why we want to make the costing system.